children, welcome back to our next English class. And today, wasting your time, I will discuss about the section 2 from your Living English book of chapter 6, Rue at the Ceremony. Okay, and it is written by Monisha Mukundan. Okay, you can see the writer's name here, Monisha Mukundan. She writes for children and she loves history and writing for children. So she is happiest when she can combine the two, right? She has written 2 full-length historical novels for children and several books of short stories. Okay, and here in this story, Rue at the Ceremony, you will get the historical, some historical stories about the place, city. You can see in the book we read about 2 children from one of these cities, Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is a historical place that is situated in Pakistan. I think you know, right? So before we start, before starting, I want to discuss about this simple lines are there. Rue at the Ceremony. I hope you can understand from the title. Ceremony. Ceremony means, you know, Rue, definitely one person, one character of this story. And so we will start. See, in the early 20th century, Indian archaeologist means who studies about the history. Okay, the Indian archaeologist found the remains of one of the oldest civilizations in the world, the Indus Valley civilization. Evidence shows that they were a sophisticated society with a high standard of living. There is a society, sophisticated society, but all the people are standard. They are living of a very standard. They are high standard. Okay, they traded goods and traveled far and wide. Their cities were well designed and well maintained. They wore clothes made of different material, dyed in various colors. They lived in busy and bustling cities. In this story, we read about 2 children from one of these cities, Mohenjo-daro. Okay. So here we will start our story. See the first paragraph. A boat's been sighted. You can understand the situation of boats being sighted, and it's coming up the river and we will here at noon. Okay. Rue came rushing into the living room where his mother was kneading flour for the morning meal. It means she was making the breakfast. Morning meals is the morning time meal she was making. Rue is a person, Rue is a character, that is a male character. See, so it's coming up the river and will be here at noon. So the boat is just near about the river and it will be there at noon. Rue came rushing into the living room where his mother was kneading flour for morning meal. His sister Dami jumped to her feet and the ball with which she had been playing with her baby sister fell off her lap and rolled down to a corner of the room. So the situation, the sister, what's the sister's name? Dami. Dami is the sister's name, and Dami just jumped to her feet and the ball with which she had been playing. She was playing with a ball with her baby sister. Another sister fell off her lap. That another sister fell off her lap and rolled down to a corner of the room. Tell your father, Rue, the children's mother said. On that moment, mother was saying, tell your father, Rue, in her usual calm fashion. She was calm and quiet. I am sure he would like to be at the harbor to receive his brother. The mother was telling, I am sure, she was very sure about her husband that he would be there to receive his brother at harbor. Go to the next paragraph. And we to receive our cousin, Dami added. On that moment, Dami was telling, yes, we have to receive our cousin. Har is coming. Har is our name. Cousin's name, I think, right? Yes. Our uncle said he would bring him on his next voyage. Next voyage means a sea journey, right? Next, the baby, feeling left out of all the excitement, began to whimper. Began to whimper means it started making low or weak crying sounds. Okay. While her brother ran through the courtyard to their father's room, Dami took a small clay monkey from a niche in the wall, a small hollow place. In the wall, there is small hollow place. You can put something else, that is called niche. Okay, and began to pull a string to which it was attached. The monkey slid up and down a small pole to the delight of the baby. Next, here, play with this now. Dami told her little sister. Dami was telling to her little sister, here, play with this now, with that monkey. I have to go to receive her. We will have our morning meal before you go. And mother said firmly. Mother said, we will have our morning meal before you go. Before going, you just take your meal and then go. It will be several hours before the boat actually docks. Docks means sails into the harbor and stays there. Bring out the dishes of fruit and the barley broth, Dami, mother was telling. And please have your bath before you come to eat. Before taking your meal, take your bath. Go to the next paragraph. Their mother picked up the baby while Dami hurried to the bathing room in a corner of the courtyard. Their mother picked up the baby while Dami hurriedly go to take the bath and to the bathroom, and that bathroom in a corner of the courtyard. At that moment, the mother picked up her baby child. Next, large earthen vessels filled with water stood in a corner of the brick-lined room. A small drain ran along one edge of the room, leading to a small outlet, and that carried the water to the main drain on the street outside of the house. It is the structure of the room, and there is telling about the room, how all the materials are situated and all, how they use their water, how a small drain is going on. Okay, so like that way. So next, Dami did not notice all these details, all this situation where the drain is there and a large earthen vessels is there with the water. Okay, Dami didn't notice this all details. She had lived in this house all her life, and she could not imagine that a house could be any different from this one. She had heard her father speak of the primitive villages he had visited in the north on his trading journeys, but she had never been out of the city. To live in a village where people bathe in the river, unthinkable. Now the next paragraph. Dami thought about your uncle. You are our uncle. Her uncle lived, and wondered whether her cousin Har, the cousin's name is Har, would be very different from them. Ar lay across the wide sea. Ar is a name. I think Ar is. Dami thought about Ar, where her uncle lived. Oh, Ar is a place. It is a name of the place. Okay, across a wide sea, many days away. It was a dangerous journey. Now they are telling about the journey. Har had never been to the city because his father had settled in Ar long before any of them were born, and when the wind and the weather permitted, and when trading was good, he came back to the city once every 2 or 3 years. he would bring beautiful jewelry and strings of elegant beads for their mother and all kinds of toys for them, and then in turn sent back lengths of cotton cloth for their aunts and cousins. They may remember the particularly lovely piece of cloth that their mother had dyed with madder. Madder means, it is written here, a reddish purple substance. It came out a rich deep purple red that Dami knew would make a glorious garment, and sure enough, when their uncle returned, he conveyed their aunts greetings and gratitude. When the family sat down for their morning meal, Rue suddenly remembered something. He grew pale. Further, the head priest said, I was to assist at the ceremony this afternoon. How will I meet her if I am at the great birth? Next. Well, you will have to meet him later. Then, it is a great honor to participate in the water ritual. Are you fully prepared? Yes, Father. He's giving answer. Yes, Father. I will. Oh. Father asked, and this is, yes, Father. I will go now and bath and change my clothes. Rue had suddenly lost his appetite at the thought of facing the strict eyes of the head priest and following the rigidly laid out ritual that he had been taught. Next, Dami can go with your father, the children's mother said. The children's mother was asking, Dami can go with you. I will prepare things for them here. Rue trailed sadly at the birthing place and bathed and changed in the preparation for the ceremony. Next paragraph. He made a bundle of a spare set of clothes to change into after the water ritual, and then dejectedly made his way means, it is written here, went towards his destination in a disappointed manner. To the great bath. On any other day, it would have been an honor and a pleasure to be taking part in the ceremony. But today, all his thoughts were on the boat in which her was coming and all the goods that their uncle would bring. Oh, he didn't know how he would concentrate enough to remember all that he had to do today. And if he made a mistake, Rue shuddered. Hair shivered in fear. Shuddered means shivering. Bhoy ka যেটাকে বলা, right? Rue shuddered to even think of that. He would have, see the picture, he would have to make sure he did his part correctly. The head priest did not allow mistakes. The head priest didn't allow any kind of mistakes, especially if they're among the older children. So till children I am discussing today. On the next day I will continue from the next paragraph. Okay, so wait for the next video. Till then, read this chapter and read the meanings. If you have any problem, you can ask me in the comment box or you can ask me in the Zoom class. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.